is the Youth and Education, CB17 Youth and Education Committee meeting. I want to welcome each and every one of you tonight. Appreciate you being here. As I mentioned earlier, while we weren't recording, that tonight is the State of the Borough address by Brooklyn President Antonio Reynoso. So we are short on members. Also, there was supposed to be a special joint meeting with CB9 regarding the SUNY Downstate wing that is closing. It got canceled at the last minute because there were too many conflicting events, especially the borough president's address. So we have just 4 members on the call, and we're gonna go through just some things that I want to catch up you guys on. I want to start with just welcoming everyone for being here, and quick introductions. I see Mr. Price is on with us. Welcome, Mr. Price. He's a committee member. Mr. Tate, welcome. Good to hear you. He's also a board member and a committee member. And Ms. Shelley, thank you for joining us tonight. Greatly appreciate you being here with us. My report is for the board members on here. Please don't forget that tomorrow there's a special meeting of the board. You should have received the link. If you did not, it's a virtual meeting. Please contact Ms. Frazier at the board so that she can add you and send you the information. We will be voting on a few things tomorrow night. It's going to be the candidates for assistant district manager will be on for us to vote to choose one. And then there's a few other items that we have not had quorum in the past meetings that we will need to vote on. So I am hoping that everyone is able to attend. We need all the board members there. So hope to see you guys there regarding that. And then just to remind you, if you did not receive the flyer, the joint session of the Brooklyn Community Board 9 and Community Board 17, which is us, the SUNY Downstate closing of the wing at SUNY Downstate is going to be held at the High School for Public Service, 600 Kingston Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11203, and it's on the 18th. I thought it was supposed to be virtual. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm confusing. Tomorrow's meeting is virtual. This is in person. It's from 7 to 9 p.m. and it's based on that, the hospital is currently struggling with enormous facility challenges and a budget deficit. So they're planning to close not the entire hospital, but a wing of the hospital. And, the members of the community think that this is very concerning. There are implications for what section that they're going to close, and we just want people to come out, voice their opinion, hear all the facts, what is happening, what is the pros and cons of they closing this particular wing, how it's going to affect any kind of medical treatment, especially if there were any specialized areas that that particular wing used to treat. I think that I heard that some of the services will be going over to Kings Plaza. So now we have to look at the impact of the amount of people, especially those who require those services that that particular wing provided will be impacted. So please come out. Once again, it's at the High School for Public Service, 600 Kingston Avenue, and it's on March 18th, and it's from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Let your friends, colleagues, family members, especially if they do utilize SUNY Downstate for any kind of medical services. Please let them know and come out. Um, so that is kind of where my report is at. Any questions around that? Hello, Miss McCain Brown. Welcome.
Thank you. Sorry to be late. Good night,
That's okay.
everyone.
That's okay. We're probably going to have a very short meeting tonight because we're limited. The borough president is having his state of the borough address tonight. So,
Okay.
yes. So what I really wanted to get into, and everyone is not here, the spelling bee. So I was able to speak to Principal Hendrickson. I did look at the space. Let me say this. I did look at the space at Sesame Flyers. It was not big enough. It really wasn't. The most it could hold is maybe 20 people, 25. But Keisha Sidney, who works there, and the person that I was communicating with, she recommended me to use in my 11 late my 11. I spoke to Principal Hendrickson. She asked me to send her an email just saying what my needs were and the dates, and to they would put in the permit for us and get it to us. So I did send her an email with our dates for April 20th, which might be an issue. I'm still waiting to hear back from her. Um, so I will say so far I haven't gotten a response. I'm thinking maybe she just needs to get the permit in to let us know whether it was approved or not. But I will definitely send her a reminder either tomorrow or Saturday. Um, During the executive meeting, one of the issues I found out with our date of April 20th, is that one of the other committees also has a health fair that day at the outside of the board's office. We were supposed to have a calendar where we were asked to place our dates, or we could see what other events were happening. This I don't have because it was not shared out. One of the members was working on it. So of course there's a conflict. Um, I am not saying that we're going to push back our date, because what I did is I sent Principal Hendrickson 2 dates. I said if May 20th cannot work, then we will go for May 4th, which is 2 weeks after that. I just needed to give her some options in regards to that. But without the calendar, seeing what other people are doing, not knowing, it was really hard. And I know that, we went through the calendar at our last meeting to determine what was the best date. We know the next week is also, spring break, and, kids might be away and stuff like that, schools closed. So I didn't even think of that. I just went to the next Saturday after that. I really do not want to push this back much further. So for right now, I'm just waiting to see if we get the space. I would love for her to get back to me by this week so that I can send out the material um, to the schools and start to get this moving. I know some of you had volunteered. So once I get confirmation, I'm going to take you up on your volunteering that you were so kind to do. We will talk. We will have another meeting before that, and I will be emailing you as things start to move on, in terms of how many kids have fill out the application and, will participate and what is happening. Um, so that's my update for the spelling bee that we have so far. The other thing is what I want to do, so I had mentioned a few times that we usually have, I used to work with Detective Barry when she was at the 6-7 as a youth officer around the essay writing competition. Now that she is borough-wide, there are different officers that have taken over her role. And I need to have a meeting with her because I spoke with them. It's Officer Neal and Officer Davidson. So apparently there's some things that are happening around the youth programs that I was alerted to. Um, and I am going to try to schedule a meeting with those youth officers. As soon as possible. I will notify you if you would like to join because we need to hear. I was told that the summer program, the youth summer program that the 6-7 usually have, is going to not happen. It's going to be cut this summer. I think that is a really bad idea. And I would like to get my 2 cents into the powers that be because we do not need these kids on the streets. Right. We don't need them just without any kind of events or some place to be that is productive. And, the program back when Barry would have it, serve a number of the kids in the program and who weren't in the Explorers program. So it's really important that we try to see how we can assist or who we need to write a letter to or to call, or, what way we can advocate that this program continues for the summer, find out what their needs are. Look, I know our biggest issue is money that I don't have to give. That is always the number one reason why things get cut and why things can't happen. But if in some form or fashion, um, we can get our other CBO partners to, get the kids into the summer programs that these other CBOs have, that would be great. SYEP, it closed on March 1st. I wish I knew the information that I just got a few days ago that I need before, that we could have pushed, these kids into that program. But hey, sometimes information does not always flow as it should, and sometimes it's kept in a bucket. Especially with it closing, it's not something that's going to be advertised, right? That everyone would know. Because of course there will be pushback on it. So saying all of that, what I want to do at the end of June is to have an essay writing competition. I spoke to Detective Barry around this. She said, yes, she'd be willing to partner with us and stuff. I did make it clear to her that, being that she's borough-wide, I can't be borough-wide also. It has to just be centered towards the youth in the community and in our schools. So I'm going to work on the logistics with her. Tell me, what do you guys think about an essay writing competition? Is it something we should tack on? Because I'm definitely not having cops and kids this year, given the fact everything that's happening with the youth program, the Explorers program at the 6-7, and those were like our main audience, and it was centered not fully around them, but the youth officers were the ones who I would last time work with to get the kids there and stuff. And then even then that didn't work out as it was planned. So I want to do the essay writing competition. Tell me, what are your thoughts around that? Any thoughts to that? Pros, cons?
No, I like the idea. I think that essay writing is creative, and it also gives, students a voice that could be perpetuated with, either their thoughts and words, or if they want to add art to it. You have to I don't know what the criteria would be in terms of, how you would select, or are you just, what it's going to entail specifically for them to write about. But I think it's important that we
Yeah.
represent that way, because oftentimes, we don't see the writing part of it. We do see kids, they like to rap, they like to do other artistic things, but they don't realize that writing is very artistic as well.
Right.
So
So,
I agree.
yeah, most definitely the committee would be in on creating the questions, and also the criteria. It is just something that I'm throwing out there right now. I just want to get your take on it to see if I should start to move ahead and, and be like, yeah, hey, detective, yes, this is something that we want to do. And um, the reason why I also worked with her is that being that she's in the schools and stuff like that, she's able to get the word out and get the information circulated. Um, so that is my um, definitely whole idea of, working with her around this. So,
Okay, Ms. Bredesen.
yes, sir.
Yeah, just wanted to point out that regarding the essay writing competition, the CSS 67 Precinct Community Council, they used to have one that Officer Barry used to
Right,
work with them too. So
right.
I don't,
I think that's
yes.
the same one that we do. That's the one that I was talking about.
Okay, so is this coming in conjunction with the community council, or
No,
is this,
no. So what happened is that since Barry left,
yeah,
there is no longer a essay writing competition, right? Me and Mr. Sandyford, and there was I think was Miss Prasad in it. At one point, Miss Prasad was. We all used to work with her with Barry to put on that competition.
because, well, I don't know what the changes, because I haven't been involved over the last couple of years.
Right.
But the essay, the competition started before Officer Barry, because I know they used to have it before Officer Barry got involved. So I don't know if there's any change. I just want to make sure that there
Yeah.
is no conflict in between you and this young Pat Reddick,
No.
because they was running it, because yes, Sandiford was involved, so
Yeah.
was Simone McBean,
Yes.
and other
Yeah.
people were involved in that. So
Yeah. I was
yeah,
involved in it also. I know exactly
yeah,
what it is. Right. And that's what I'm talking about. That sense. We haven't, well, during COVID, of course, we did
mhm.
do it. And then given last year she didn't do it either because with this new assignment that she has, it's really hard to come back and focus on just the 6-7. And she said that she was supposed to do it, but then um the timing got away, and it was too late then to have it done. So it's no longer being done from that level, from at the 6-7.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I'm well aware of the whole logistics and stuff behind it because I was part of it. And it was, I mean, it was a great, a really great event that they used to have, and they would do. So I want to do it from, I just want to bring it back in some form or fashion. I really want to, bring it back and do it this year and see how it goes. Um, Is there anything else? Okay. So those were the things that I wanted to talk about and to get out and stuff like that. The essay, I'm sorry, the spelling bee is, like the biggest thing right now that I have priority for. Since there's not a couple of things that I want to do. This is March, April, May, June for the next 3 months. But since everyone is not here, I'm going to discuss that because it's not urgent, but it's informational at the next meeting. So I'm gonna move forward. Is there anything anyone wants to share out, any information that you want to discuss?
No, just a question. Are you planning to have the youth happening in August?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Mr. Tate. Oh gosh. Thank you. I'm sorry. My head is so filled with information. Yes, so youth happening is still happening in August. At the next meeting, I would have more details with that. I'm starting to do the planning process and getting all the permits and everything in order. I know we have a couple of new members that are not here that's not aware of it, but it will be happening. I will be requesting, your assistance in several different areas. But right now we're starting to get the permits, and once we get those finalized, so we need the permit to use the park, the stage. One of the things that I really have to think about is lunch. Definitely the major thing I really that's on my mind. I'm making this more efficient, but the permits for this to get the stage, put in the order for the stage, put in the order for the park, and put in the order for us to ping the electricity. Those are the three things that between Miss Frazier and Miss Lyons are going to work on. And then the partners that we had, I have to do out a timeline, so I want to share that with you guys, as I said, next meeting, where I can get, the indulgence of the full committee in terms of what we really want to do and see happening that day. Okay? Is there anything else anyone wants to share out? Nothing? Okay. And we may have a guest speaker for our next meeting. I will update you on that if we will be. But I will definitely let you know. So if there's nothing else, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Hear no objections. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
George, they make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Ms.
Mr.
Granderson?
Price.
Has raised his hand.
Mr. Grant, I
Mr.
see his
Price.
hands was up, yeah.
Oh, I'm
I think
sorry.
I'm good.
I'm so sorry.
Take a look and see what's going on inside.
Mr. Price? Mr. Price, you had your hands raised? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. We're listening. You're on mute if you're speaking.
I'm on a bus. It's in the chat.
Oh, you're in a bus. Okay. Okay. Let me just get in there. 7th and okay, Brooklyn Lacrosse Club seats 7th and 8th grade girls this spring. I volunteered there. Okay. Okay. The season starts this weekend, but statistics can available. A possible scholarships. So Can you send me 7th and 8th graders? That would be great. Oh, do you have a flyer or something that you can send me that I can send an email out to the middle schools with this? Just give me a thumbs up if you do, and you can send it to me. Just a link. Okay. That is fine. That will work also. Okay, so email it to me and I will get it out. I'll just write like a little informational part and get it out. But okay. Well, but we'll talk more. I'll get it out to the middle schools. That is great. I mean, I've never played lacrosse. It always interests me. My cousin used to play. So, but I love diversity in our sports and teaching our young folks different sports and to understand, and also the access to be able to learn and to play them. So, this is awesome. Okay, so once again, I'm going to ask please give me a motion to end the meeting. Mr. Tate, I know you were.
Yeah, I was getting ready to do it. Yeah, George, did make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:13 p.m.
Thank you. Can I get a second for the motion?
Monica
Anyone?
McCain Brown, second the motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:13 p.m.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tate and Miss Brown. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for attending tonight. Miss Shelley, we have your email, so you will be on our listserv to get all the information that we send out, okay?
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Great. You're welcome. Thank you guys. Have a great
Okay,
night.
have a
Yeah,
good evening,
okay, good
everyone.
night, everyone.
Good night.
You too.
Good night, Miss Lyons.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.